So last night when I was sleeping, I had a vision. I haven't had one in a while, so this one kind of caught me off guard. And then something happened afterwards once I woke up that I want to explain to you guys as well that actually bothered me more than what the vision did. Again, I don't know why I'm receiving these. I'm thankful that I am receiving these so that I can warn others. But anything that he shows me in my sleep or in visions, has either come to pass or will come to pass. Okay. So he's never given me anything that's not accurate. The only thing that hasn't come to pass yet is the earthquakes. So I know they're coming. I can feel it in the spirit that they're coming. Like, I'm not worried about it. And I know that there's going to be more issues with like tsunamis and hurricanes, like massive issues. I know that that's coming as well. Anyway, last night when I was sleeping, I had this vision where I was I was almost like following people that I didn't know, but I felt comfortable with them. Like, I felt comfortable with them in my vision. And I was following them into like the middle of like nowhere. It was like the wilderness almost. One thing that I do remember is everything was like, there was no green anything. Like, the ground was dust, the trees were dried up. Like, there was no life like on anything. Like, everything was just, I don't know, like burnt up. It kind of looked like it was toasted a little bit. Like, there was no green life. And I was following this lady. She didn't have any clothes on, which I noted. And she led me to her like group of people. Like, some of them I could tell were her family. I couldn't tell if some of them were, others were her family. It looked like maybe it was like a group of people that had gotten together because, they didn't have anywhere else to go. Anyway, they were all out together in this wilderness and they were around like a fire and they were sitting there. And the one thing that I did notice was they all seemed like they were sucked of energy, and some of them had clothes on, some of them didn't have clothes on. The ones that did have clothes on were really like torn up and ratty. They didn't have much. They had very little with them, like personal belongings. And they told me to come sit. And so I came and sat with them. I had somebody else with me. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody who was traveling with me. And we sat down together, and there was a little girl that was sat next to my friend or whoever was with me. And they were passing around like a tiny little piece of food. Like, it wasn't very big at all. And they were all taking like little nibble bites and passing it around. And we all got a little bite. And when my friend handed it to the little girl, she was so weak. She like could barely take it. And she just put it up to her mouth. She didn't even take a bite. And she just like laid down. Like, she was just, I don't know how to explain. Just, she wanted to just die. Like, you could just tell, like, she wanted to just die. And so I knew that God was showing me some type of famine. This next part is why I'm so emotional. I woke myself up out of this vision because the little girl made me so upset. I'm sorry. As soon as I woke myself up, I co-sleep with my son. He's 2. He was crying in his sleep. He was crying out. He says, Mommy, I'm so hungry. And he was crying. And it freaked me out. My son talks in his sleep all the time. But he was crying out and he was saying, Mommy, I'm so hungry. And this was in like minutes of me waking up from this famine dream. And it shook me. Like, I wanted to wake my son up out of his sleep and go make him whatever he wanted to eat last night. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was so upset. This is a warning that it is coming.
Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 11 in the NLT. I have cried until the tears no longer come. My heart is broken. My spirit is poured out in agony as I see the desperate plight of my people. Little children and tiny babies are fainting and dying in the streets. They cry out to their mothers, "We need food and drink." Their lives ebb away in the streets like the life of a warrior wounded in battle. They gasp for life as they collapse in their mother's arms. I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Haracha'a Kodash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth in sincerity. They steered us well and they rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. May the blessing of election be upon your house. This is the brother Zion coming at you with another lesson to feed the lambs through the Holy Spirit. Haracha'a Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and to the point. And in this lesson, we are going to get into the famine. We're going to get into the famine. All right. And famine, okay, Yahweh Shema Shai love to use that. You know, all right. That is probably one of the most top weapons Yahweh Shema Shai have in their arsenal, man, is famine. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai said that it's better to die by the sword than to perish of famine, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So you're going to have a lot of people out here hungry as hell. A state of perplexity, a mindset of perplexity, a spirit of perplexity is going to be spread across these useless eaters here in Babylon. They're going to be left wanting. They're not going to have no resources. They're going to be bugged out. They ain't going to know where to go, where to turn. You know, they're going to be in doubt. You know, they're going to be lacking. All right. You're going to have little kids out here asking their mama, "We haven't ate in 2 days. Can we eat something?" And it ain't nothing in the house. And then the mother going to end up eating her kids. You think Yahweh Shema Shai not going to bring that back? There is nothing new under the sun, man. All right, cannibalism is coming back. Because a famine doesn't mean there's no food. A famine means there's a scarcity of it. So, you know, so by it being a severe scarcity, all right, of food and rations, people are gonna turn to each other for meat, and they gonna be hunting each other, man. There's a saying that they say in the world, desperate times comes for desperate measures, man. And a lot of people that's hungry and desperate and they got a weapon, that's a dangerous person. And you're going to have a lot of them lingering around in Babylon the Great in the time of trouble. You know? Everybody's concern every day when they wake up is, what is the next meal? Where is it going to come from? How? I have to make it happen. Resources. You know? So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 5. And let's go to verse 10. All right. Ezekiel 5 and 10. Therefore, the father shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds. You see? Yahweh Shema Shai will have you cause to eat your own parent. That's how you know, that's how savage and severe these times are. All right? Because perilous means danger, imminent danger. And an imminent danger goes into savage. They just not finna just cook somebody and no, they might just straight bite somebody's neck off and just eat that person alive. Just complete savage, complete rage in that person's face, growling like an animal, man. That is most definitely gonna come to Babylon the Great. You know, in the time of war, world wars, there was always a famine. Look at the Great Depression. It is always a financial collapse, a famine, and a world war. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, just a different brand. It's the same thing. And people gonna be hungry out here, man. They're gonna result into eating each other. All right. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 6. And let's go to verse 24. Well, I'll go to verse 28. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. You see? Famine, cannibalism. Cannibalism is coming to America, man. All right. Mothers are going to be very, very hungry out here to the point where they're going to be looking at Dada Man like a damn meatloaf or something. You know? She going to bake and boil her son with potatoes and all type of bullshit, man. But all the pride of this place, of Eve, always eating and doing people wrong and, you know, trying to get free food, stuffing her face, and all these Babylonians stuff they face all day, man. Crumbs all on the side of their mouth, ketchup and shit. But these other countries, and these other nations, they are only accustomed to eating one time a day. But Babylonians, here in Babylon the Great, which is America, the average American, they can't go 2 hours without stuffing their face. That is how, that's how Americans have been conditioned, you know? But a lot of these Negroes is going to die in the famine. And let's prove that. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. And let's start at verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. You hear that? You're going to have a lot of men out here dying. You know? It's going to be like on some I Am Legend type shit. You know? For a city there shall be left 10. So like if for a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Every tree there are 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in the days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. You see, verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You hear that? You're going to have a lot of women out here being left out here because they husband or the, that they was dealing with got killed. You know? It's gonna be what I'm saying, by the way of these wars, these race wars, World War III, because whoever going to the military, they are being set up to fight Yahweh Shai. And they're gonna die and they not coming back. And if they a Jake, they gonna learn the hard way, you know? But a lot of these niggas out here stunting with the diamonds in their teeth and holding up all this money and glorifying murder and glorifying being a street ninja. You can't stunt when you hungry, you know? You can't stunt when you're hungry. When your stomach is touching your back. You can't stunt. You can't hold up a money phone then. You'll be so weak. If you get a little nibble nabble of some food, you not even powerful enough, don't even have enough energy to eat it. Look how Yahweh Shema Shai is judging these Ethiopians, them Cushites over there. Look how Yahweh Shema Shai judging those crusty motherfuckers, man. He judging the shit out of them. And they got worms and, malaria and malnutrition and all of that, starvation, and they just wither away and die. Like a walking skeleton. When Yahweh Shema Shai bring this famine, and these you're gonna have to get the MOTB in order to get food, man. Because the government is gonna come, as a so-called savior. We have the solution. Come to us. Come down to Egypt for help. Trust in chariots and the carnal things. And you're going to have a lot of people go down there in the troughs, because the MOTB, when they issue it, all right, if you don't have it, you'll be ostracized out of society. You won't be able to participate, but also you ain't going to be able to eat. You ain't gonna be able to go in these stores without, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that to go into them stores, man. Otherwise, you just gonna be ostracized out of society. You know? So you're gonna have a lot of people, you're gonna have a remnant of people that just gonna die and just wither away. And you're gonna have a lot of people out here that's just gonna just be out here eating each other like a damn cannibal. Like on that movie Book of Eli, where they was under the bridge. They was trying to eat that man. They was trying to trap him to where they can eat him. You know? But he ended up putting all them to, half of them to death. And maimed, two or three of them. You know? But Yahweh Shema Shah said that we gonna laugh at famine. You know? We gonna laugh at it. I got Job 5:22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You see? We're gonna be laughing at these Negroes out here. Lord willing, we a part of that number. Because we've been telling y'all. We're gonna see a person starving, no matter what age. We're gonna laugh at them. And really, that's Yahweh Shema Shah laughing at them through us. You know? When Yahweh Shema Shah said that I will laugh at your calamity, I will, I will mock you. I will mock your calamity, roughly paraphrasing. It's in Proverbs, the first chapter, 20th verse going on down. You know? Yahweh Shema Shah gonna have us laugh at it. We gonna laugh at these Negroes. We out here catching hell. You know? We seeing these Negroes so-called winning. But they not winning. Because they going down the broad way. If you was called into this truth, all right, you have a chance to live a full day. You have a chance. So who really won? You know? That means that they not going to get the perks of the kingdom. Because they'll be able to live a full day too. You know what I'm saying? Because all Israel going to be saved. They'll have an opportunity to, live in the kingdom and stuff like that. But they'll be a citizen. You know? They'll just be a regular citizen. They're not going to get the real perks of the kingdom. You know? Because they chose this kingdom on this side. So in the kingdom, they're just going to be a regular citizen. You know? But back to the lesson, back to the topic. Let's go to Isaiah 65 and we'll just close out. Point been made. Yahweh Shema Shah bringing the famine. So let's just go to Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Okay? The prophets, the servants of Yahweh Shema Shah are going to eat in that day. Lord willing, we are part of that number. There's a lot of miracles that's going to be happening in these days. A raven might give you some food. A deer might sacrifice itself. It just give up the ghost and just slide at your foot, and all you got to do is cook it. You know? Yahweh Shema Shah can make it rain bread on you. You know? There are going to be beautiful miracles for the men of the Lord that have been standing stiffly for Yahweh Shema Shah. There's going to be a hefty reward. And you'll be able to eat by us doing the work, doing the videos, showing gratitude. That's what we doing. That's why we do the videos, to show gratitude to Yahweh Shema Shah. That's why we do the work. That comes with a reward. These, you know, some these video epistles that the brothers is doing. All right, that's, you know what I'm saying. That's like a spiritual bank account that you're building up to where, man, you might have to pull out a 20 in Jacob's trouble. You know, and that's a meal. We doing this to where we can eat in that day and drink in that day. You got to put in the work. See, Jake want the gain and no pain. That's why they are in outer darkness, and that's why we in this marvelous light. You know. All right, but that's, that's all I got through the spirit. I want to give infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They taught us this truth and sincerity. They steered us well and they rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. May the blessing of election be upon your house. We're on the next one. Abaratazah. Shalom.